Hello, online learning students. Mr. Clark here, World Geography, with a new week of online learning. I hope you're all doing well. I hope your Thanksgiving breaks were good and everyone's staying safe out there. Here's another week of online learning. This week we have three assignments due: biome distribution, ecosystems research, and solving issues project. This one is a test grade. Remember, your assignments that are test grades, your projects and your assessments, are 80% of your grade. Here is a reminder that you can do anything that has been made due in the class, and I will still accept it for full credit. So if you don't like your grade, do something about it. Fix it. If you have a question about an assignment, make sure you're watching these videos. They help out a lot. You can always click back on the slideshow and it will give you a video on each week of what to do for those assignments. All right, but let's go forward to this week. Here we've got a picture I took in Joshua Tree National Park in a little spot called Indian Cove with a cool Joshua tree. Little fun fact, Joshua trees were originally spread by giant ground sloths, which are now extinct, but crazy looking animals. I definitely take a look at those. Giant ground sloths. Massive, cool animals. Again, extinct. So here we go. We've got three assignments here. As always, there is two ways to look at these assignments. You can go in through modules and click on the first assignment. That is this week, biome distribution in our Unit D, biomes and ecosystems. So if you click on this assignment, it pulls it up for you. You can also click on the slideshow on the front page, and that link works as well. So our first assignment is this biome distribution exploration. It's a really, really simple idea. Last week we looked at a couple of assignments that had to do with biomes and ecosystems, and it kind of differentiates between a biome, which is like this huge thing, like a savanna. But within a savanna, you have like the Serengeti and you have the Great Plains. And so this Nearpod from last week kind of explained those things. The assignment for biome distribution explains this in a little bit more detail. So we're going to take a look at these. List three different locations where tropical rainforests are located. So we take a look at tropical rainforest. It's this bright green. Oh, here it is in South America, here it is in Africa, and here it is in Oceania, or Southeast Asia, whatever you want to call it, or Australia, okay? So we say right there, we type those three things. What is similar about the location? Oh, you know what? All of them are near the equator, so we type near the equator. Where in the world can you find ice sheets or polar deserts? Well, ice sheet or polar desert, we've got it in Antarctica here, and we've got it in Greenland here. Why do you think they're found there? Because they're very far from the equator. Remember those latitude belts that we talked about? So we need to remember they are very far away from the equator. They are in the polar latitude belt. Let's look at three different locations where a desert biome is found. Here's the red. So here we are in Southwest North America. Here we are in Northern Africa. Here we are in the Middle East, as we call it, or Central Asia. And here we are in Australia. So there is a few different places where desert biomes are found. What latitude are they found in? Now, they are usually found in an area that is in between the tropics and the temperate climate. You get in between there. So if the middle is between the Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn, the equator is right in the middle there. Above that you have your temperate climate, right? Your deserts are usually found right in between the zone of where that Tropic of Cancer and Capricorn is. And there is a reason for that, and we'll kind of look into that later. And last, based on the observations you just made about biomes, what do you think is the biggest factor that influences where biomes are on the Earth? And I'm just going to tell you, it's latitude belts. You got it. That's it for that assignment. So if you just followed along, you wrote those things down, One assignment done. We go to the next assignment. You can click next, or you can look at it through the home page in the slideshow, and it'll take you to ecosystem research. Here is a list. This is the assignment. You have to choose one biome, and two ecosystems within that biome. So you click on this link here. There's an ecosystem project list. Within this project list, you have to pick any one of these biomes. There is a savanna, temperate forest, tropical rainforest, boreal forest, freshwater, barren, grasslands, desert, alpine, marine, or tundra. You can pick any one of those. But once you pick one of the biomes, you then have to choose two of the ecosystems. So a biome is savanna, the Serengeti is a type of savanna, and the Australian tropical is a type of savanna. You could also choose the Terai Duar. Really, it's up to you. Now, once you do that, you are going to have to do some of your own research. So what you'll need to do is you pick those things, and then you go back to this assignment, and you choose your biome. You type it right here. You list the two ecosystems for your biome. And then, so what biome is your ecosystem part of? That was just part of the initial question, right? What type of climate would you find your ecosystem in? So let's take a look here. Let's say the Upper Yangtze is a temperate forest. Let's look up Upper Yangtze. We'll just do this. Upper Yangtze climate. And then when Google pops it up, there's some scholarly articles here, but then there's also just a Yangtze River organization that is going to have some interesting things. Situated in the subtropics with a latitude, notice it tells you the latitude of 30 degrees north, which is right at that zone between tropic and changing into temperate climate, right? The weather on the Yangtze River features strong wind and humid and less sunshine. Very humid, less sunshine. The average temperature in July is about 30 degrees Celsius or 90 degrees. The lowest temperature is about 10 degrees Celsius or 50 degrees Fahrenheit. And in summer, there's often summer storms and heavy rains. That's a great explanation. Don't copy and paste it. Write it in your own words. And tell me about the climate. There's the climate. What four factors cause the climate in your ecosystem? Now, you can think back to what we've studied. We've studied prevailing winds, ocean currents, landform ocean relationship, rain shadow effect stuff, latitude belts. Those are four factors and so you can type in climate factors, Upper Yangtze River, and this will give you some information, or you can take a look at where it is, and we'll just do Upper Yangtze. We can look at it in the maps, and from where it is, we can identify some of those things. We know what the elevation is. We can tell where it is in China. What's the relationship going to be like to the ocean? All of those things that we've already studied. You can infer that knowledge and apply it to this project. That is the hope there. And then you can look up vegetation and animals. This is also referred to as flora and fauna. You're going to look up something that's unique to your ecosystem, something might not be able to find in another area. Like in the Great Plains, there's American bison. There's an American bison anywhere else in the world besides North America. And then two advantages and disadvantages you would have if you lived in that ecosystem. So that's kind of taking the human element. And that's where we're moving to next, is the human element in all of this. How have people in this ecosystem impacted or adapted to that ecosystem? There's lots of great examples you can find in there, and how have humans changed this ecosystem that could impact our world, and a ton of things that you could put there. So you do that again for the other ecosystem. That is it for that assignment. Submit it when you're done. And the last project is solving issues. So there is 2 parts to this. I have included the instructions here as a link, or the instructions are embedded in the assignment. It's not shown right here. I might have to refresh. But here is the project. Now in this, I have given you a lot of space. This is a test project, so you're showing me knowledge that you already know. And what you're doing is you need to show me how humans are working to protect a particular ecosystem. So you can choose any one of these websites, and then you're going to create an infographic poster about the issue. Here's some examples. Here's one about LeBron James versus Michael Jordan in an infographic poster. Notice there's some statistics. That's not what you're creating. It's not about Jordan versus LeBron, but these are the requirements that it needs to have. All right? You need to have a title stating what the issue is, a short paragraph, why protecting the ecosystem is important. 3 pieces of data, interesting facts or statistics. 1 example of what major organization governments are doing to protect. It needs to be a specific example. It can't just say governments are protecting fishing. It has to be governments have passed Title Bill XYZ to allow less fishing in the Pacific Ocean near northern Florida. Like, it has to be a very specific law or what a major organization and government is doing to protect it. And last, it is an idea. What is an idea that people individually, where you live, it doesn't need to be Harriman, but people in Utah can do to help protect the ecosystem. So, even though this issue is happening in Washington, let's say it has to do with salmon not having large populations spawning every year. What can you do in Utah to help out? Well, look to buy wild salmon instead of farm salmon. Things like that. This is just to understand how what you do here has an impact, and that is specifically listed in our core. There is a video right here explaining exactly what to do for this project beyond what I just described. That is what you have for this week. There are 3 assignments. There is the biome distribution assignment, which we just went over in this video. There is the ecosystems research, which is quite a bit of research, and you guys are going to do great on that. And then the last thing is this solving issues project. That's it for the week, guys. I hope everything good is going well online. If you notice here, I answer my emails real quick. If you have any questions, please reach out. If you feel like you're behind, please reach out. If you would like to do all your late work, do it, please. I will grade it. I will get it in. I hope all is well with you. Signing off here for Fort Harriman, Mr. Clark. We love you. We care about you, and make it a great day.